We are in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother, Majo. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Water, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Mic check. Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel's priest officer of 1,000 Katab. I got my right hand on my left side, my main man, Shari Wine, officer of 1,000 from Canada. You know it. And if you don't know, it is the Feast of Dedication. And we're going to give you exactly what that is. And we're going to break down exactly what that means. And then we're going to break down exactly the era that you're in. So take a minute to like, share, and subscribe. We got Adawine crossing through. You see, that was Adawine Kodash. He's on the board. All right, so like, share, and subscribe. Push that truth, because you already know you got some lavender lads out there that's faking the funk. You got some camps out there that like strange objects in strange places. So look, we just gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it clean today.
If I could, just slow. You said you. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Come on, class. Yep, just let me know where to go. All right. Get this. Shalom, Lord Christ.
This is the Feast of Dedication. You understand? We about to go ahead and get started with the feast. I'm Tawab. Is all the food here? All right. If all the food is here, sisters, y'all can just serve the food now and get that started. We're gonna get into the Feast of Dedication. Do anybody know what the Feast of Dedication is? You know, I want to test some of y'all skills. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Katab, I see you. You know what's going on. All right. Anybody understands why we keep this feast day and why we keep this dedication? Anybody know? Go ahead, Yash.
We keep this feast because this is our culture as Israelites. This is what we supposed to do.
Yeah, this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. That's a good answer. But it's also, you know what I'm saying, levels to that answer. Go ahead, Katab.
Kind of one kind. So the Feast of Dedication, the first thing that came to my mind is the season it's in and what we currently celebrate now. Mm-hmm. It's something that Christ celebrated versus what the world or the people outside the truth celebrate. So
right.
I'm pretty sure y'all gonna get into that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a heavy point too. You know what I'm saying? What we're gonna do, let's go ahead and let's start with John 10 and 22. You feel me? Because the reason why I'm gonna pull this is because Christ, this is something that he celebrated. Christ celebrated the Feast of Dedication. You get what I'm saying? And then at this time, it's in the winter time. So this how you know, like, this world that we live in is a straight evil world, because instead of everybody knowing about the Feast of Dedication, the whole world knows about Christmas. You get what I'm saying? Everybody celebrate Christmas. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what they're accustomed to. You know what I mean? But when you go into the scriptures and you actually go into the Bible and you look at what Christ celebrated, you will realize that Christ ain't celebrating no Christmas. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and get to that scripture. You got some guitar?
Just one more thing I don't want. It was something when I first, coming into the truth, when I first learned about the Feast of Dedication, it was something that I hit my parents with. So when you go into John 22, 10 and 22, you will see that Christ celebrated it. But at the same time, I asked my mom, I was like, where do you find the information for the Feast of Dedication at? She couldn't find it in the quote unquote canon 66 books. And that gave validity to, in my eyes, that gave validity to the apocryphal books. And I think that's a heavy point to bring out during the Sabbath.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. That's heavy. This right here, and don't get this confused. This is not no Sabbath service. You know what I'm saying? This right here is a class where we learn about our culture. We learn about this feast and why we keep it. All right. So you got that scripture?
Come on, Khan.
All right. Go ahead and read that scripture, brother. Nice and loud, please.
Come on, Khan. This is John chapter 10 and verse 22. Mm-hmm. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter.
It was what?
It was winter.
All right. So they were at Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? And they were celebrating the Feast of Dedication in the winter time. You feel me? That's a biblical thing to keep. Okay, that's something right there that's biblical. You're not going to see Christmas, or they was at the temple and they were celebrating Christmas. You're not going to see that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because 10 times out of 10, Christmas is an evil thing. If you know anything about Christmas, man, that is the worship of Nimrod. You know what I'm saying? And his mother, Semiramis. You feel me? That right there is something that ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. Ain't got nothing to do with our culture. Ain't got nothing to do with what we do. And y'all wonder why, like in this time around Christmas, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, which are Israelites, they be the most depressed at this time. They be the most depressed because they celebrating the entity they shouldn't even be doing in the first place. You understand? They celebrating Christmas. You feel me? Spending their money, going broke. You understand? And you feel me? They can't even pay their bill at the beginning of January because of Christmas. You know how many men that got kicked out of their house, man, because that woman said, hey, if you ain't got no Christmas presents for these kids, man, you're going to have to get up out of here. You understand? That's a real life thing, man. You can think of all the atrocious things that black men had to do to keep their Christmas. They done rob people for their kids to get gifts. That's a real thing. You get what I'm saying? So Christmas is not a good thing. You know, if you look at the statistics, man, this is the most depressing time of the year. That's a fact. You understand? You got something, brother?
Go ahead. I may, sir. You know, what I thought was so heavy was that there was a brother today who actually said to me, he asked me if he could pay me for the services I gave, because if he paid me, then he wouldn't have to get his daughter any more gifts. This is a Mexican brother, and I thought to myself, I'm like, damn, your daughter is oppressing you. Like, you teaching your daughter, you know, a lesson by celebrating Christmas every year, to the point of you're actually worried about your daughter asking you to get gifts, to the point of you want to pay me for my services just so you don't have to get your daughter a gift. And that's the type of oppression that we're living in today, you know, following the culture of our oppressor.
That's a heavy thing, man. That just goes to show you, man, like, us as black people, that's not something we supposed to be celebrating. Can you imagine if all of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians around the world, they knew about the Feast of Dedication? If they knew about the Feast of Dedication, you know how much more peace that'll bring to their life? You know how the Lord will view that to our people? You understand? That's why we push this truth so hard. That's why this is not a popular thing in the earth. It's not popular in the earth because we telling the truth for real. You understand? In a white man's kingdom. And you know this is where he get the most money at this time of the year. This is re-up time right now. So all the presents and all the gifts and all of that you're buying, all you're doing is making the white man more richer. That's what's really going on right now. All right, go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 23. And Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
And Christ, he walked in the temple. That's where he was at. He was in the school. Christ was in the school, Solomon's temple, man. Remember, this is 200 years past the time of that actual thing that happened with Mattathias. You understand? This is 200 years prior. Christ was in the temple, that same temple that got rededicated. You understand? He was keeping the Feast of Dedication. That should tell you how heavy this is, man. This gonna tell you that this right here is black people right here for real. You understand? You want to know what I learned so much about the Feast of Dedication? It shows and it proves why black people, why we conditioned the way we are today. And we're gonna get right into it, man. Go ahead and get to First Maccabees. Let's get 1 and 1. Let's start at the beginning.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of Persia.
So this right here is talking about Alexander the Greek. All right. If you know anything about Alexander the Greek, America, they call him Alexander the Great. This is how you know America is evil. This is how you know America ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. Not authentically, not for real. Because if America was in tune with the Lord, they wouldn't worship Alexander the Greek. You understand what I'm saying? Like this dude right here was an evil bastard. You know what I'm saying? He was a Macedonian. He was in the mountains. This how they got into power. They got up in there. They came in the land of Persia, and instead of them getting together with the Persians, the Macedonians killed the Persians. They just slaughtered them. You understand? This is how the Greeks got into power. This is the real beginning of this. If you learn anything about Alexander the Greek, this is how he got into power, by murdering. He not smart. You get what I'm saying? He ain't intelligent. He just was a murderer. This is what he did to get to the top. You understand? Go ahead, keep reading.
Khan, if I may. You know, and when you look in the history books of this man, like his peers would call him things like he was a psychopath. like he was deranged. There was something wrong with this man. They didn't look at him like he was just some great king. They looked at him like there was something wrong with him because of all the bloodshed that he was doing throughout the earth. That's in the history book, Salaki.
Yeah, I'm right. Keep reading.
The land of Chittim had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead.
That's what he did. He just took over that land, man. Reigned in his stead. You know what I'm saying? The Persians and the Medes today is the so-called Iranians today. So-called Iran today, that's who the Persians and the Medes are today. And this white man, you know what I'm saying? He murdered them. He slaughtered them. And then they came into power. This is when Greece, they got into power. Read.
The first over Greece, and made many wars.
They did what?
Made many wars.
So now, now that they done slaughtered the Persians, they started just going to war with many nations. They doing this for power. You get what I'm saying? This is the true spirit of the white man. You get what I'm saying? His spirit is to murder across the earth, man. His spirit is to be a murderer and take power, take your resources, rob you of everything, extort you of everything. This is his true spirit. You know, and this go way back, and you can match this up till today. You get what I'm saying? This how you know that this is the truth. Keep going.
And won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth.
Keep going.
And went through to the ends of the earth. And,
go ahead.
And took many nations.
And you can only imagine how much slaughtering you had to do to take many nations. How much killing you had to do to take over so many different countries and continents. You going from one end of the earth to the other, and you just slaughtering and killing everybody. Keep going.
In so much that the earth was quiet before him.
What does it mean when it say that the earth was quiet before him? Anybody? Go ahead, Habawan.
It mean that the earth was basically at peace before he started to make his reign?
No.
The earth was pretty much in fear.
That's the answer right there. That the earth was quiet before him because they was scared of what he was doing. They was scared. They heard Alexander, the Greek, and the Macedonians coming. They got shook. You get what I'm saying? That's what it meant when it said the earth was quiet before them. Keep going.
Khan. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
He was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. Okay? Like I said, man, when I went to high school, I had to learn about Alexander the Greek. You get what I'm saying? My teacher forced me to call him Alexander the Great. You understand? That right there is just diabolical and just absolutely disgusting. You understand? So again, this how he got exalted throughout the earth. He got exalted throughout the earth because when you study in your history books in high school, you got to learn about Alexander the Greek. You got to go through his time and his reign. This how you know he got exalted throughout the earth, man. Well, your children got to know about this disgusting bastard. You understand? Go ahead.
If I may, Adawan.
Go ahead.
And you know, it was what I thought interesting about this man is that there was a new documentary on Netflix about him, and the first thing that they teach about Alexander the Great is that he had a homosexual lover. That's the first thing that they teach about this man, about the lover, this other man that he had as a lover, and his life, he died of syphilis. He died of a STD, a sexually transmitted disease.
Mm-hmm.
And that lifestyle, Europeans would love to exalt. They call him Alexander the Great like he's some great example for us. Like he's some great example to blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous. When the only thing this man did was go around the earth and unalive people, go around and murder, and commit homosexuality. Like that's his example on the earth. And he's supposed to be a great man to us. Salaki.
No, that's a heavy, real heavy point too. You get what I'm saying? And another thing with it, I'll just point real quick. Another thing with that, You gotta understand, man, that's your oppressor, that's his nature. Homosexuality, that's his nature. Why you think LGBTQ is so legal today? You think that come from God? No. You understand? That's the desire of the oppressor, the white man. That's his desire. His desire is to have homosexuality running throughout the earth, rampant. That's his desire. When he make a black man compromise for power, he gotta compromise and act like a female. He gotta compromise and act like a woman, just so he can have some money and have some power. You understand? Like, those are the things that's required in this earth. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, verse 4. And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
They became tributaries under him. They paid taxes to Alexander the Greek. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how powerful he was. Was he powerful because he was smarter than anybody? No. He was powerful because he was viciously just murdering everybody. Just viciously. That's the spirit of the white man. And we still got to talk about that still today. You understand? Because it still goes on. His government still get ran the same exact way. That's how you know this Bible right here is true. You get what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come on, verse 5. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
And after so much homosexual sexual intercourse with men,
Right.
you understand, he fell sick to the point where he was about to die. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 6. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and he had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdoms among them.
So on his deathbed, he basically parted his kingdom among, you know what I'm saying, his friends throughout the earth, his best men, right? Keep going.
While he was yet alive. Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
So he reigned 12 years. Strongly, he reigned 12 years. And then he died, right? And then he distributed that power throughout his men. He distributed power. All right, keep going.
And his servants bare rule every one in his place.
Keep going.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
So they was the kings of the earth. They was the new kings of the earth. We're going to see who was these new kings of the earth, right? Keep going.
So did their sons after them many years.
So not only them that they put crowns on their head, they made sure they passed this tradition on to their sons. You understand? They made sure they put crowns on their head, and they ruled power, and they was murdering, and they was doing all type of destruction. Okay, keep going.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And guess what? After these traditions, evils was multiplied in the earth, man. Evils was multiplied. It ain't say that, you know what I'm saying, righteousness was multiplied. Evilness was multiplied in the earth. You understand? When the Greeks got into power, it was nothing but evil that was multiplied throughout the entire earth, man. You understand? So what do that tell you about your oppressor? Is he a good person? You think God love him? Absolutely not. Because he multiplied evils in the earth. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
Antiochus Epiphanes, man. Antiochus Epiphanes, I'm going to tell you, he has a long history of killing and murdering Israelites. He has a long history of killing and murdering black people, Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It was his thing to murder us and kill us. You understand? Look up Antiochus Epiphanes today. You're going to see how much murdering he done did. This dude is responsible for so much murder and horror, man. It ain't even funny. You understand? Keep going.
Son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Keep going.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Now in those days, it went wicked men out of Israel, meaning what? It was Israelites. They were black people, but what would you call these black people today? Sellouts. These was your modern time sellouts, man, that placated to the white man at that time that was in power. All they wanted to do was please the white man. All they wanted to do was stand in his stead, be able to, you know what I'm saying, to move like him. All right, keep going.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. Who did that sound like in today's time? That sound like Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was famous for saying, you know, all black people and white people should come together. You understand? We should hold hands in holy matrimony, and we should all live peacefully together. You understand? He's famous for doing something like that. I'm just giving y'all an example of what was going on, right? Go ahead, Katab.
Kind of. I was just asking a question. I don't know if this applies, but it's Proverbs 29:12, kind of like a precept to the situation.
Go ahead.
If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked.
Yeah, that definitely falls in line with what's going on.
Kind of.
You understand? Except right now, what they doing, they was more so head-on collision at this time. Meaning they wasn't hiding their evil, if that makes sense. They were so powerful, they didn't have to hide their evil. They didn't have to, you know, placate to anything. You serving this God? Okay, I want you to celebrate birthdays. You understand? These the things that you got to listen to. All right?
If I could. Sluggy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's a heavy point you making, man, because at this time, white people wasn't hiding their wickedness like they do today. Today, they try to tell everybody they love God and they Christians, you understand? And God loves everybody. Back then, they wasn't doing none of that. They was totally against the God of the Bible.
Right.
They was totally against the children of the God of the Bible.
Right.
You understand? And that's a heavy point, you know, that we must emphasize, because today they have masked their evilness.
Right.
Today, their evilness comes with a smile. You understand? They want to hug you and they want to feel shameful about certain things. Don't bring up slavery, this, that, and the third. But during this time, you saw their real, true nature.
Kind, sir. Kind of one kind. That is so heavy too, man. This time they showed you that they hated you. They ain't had no problem letting you know that, and they didn't have no problem killing you about it either. You understand? Like this just what it was. All right, keep going.
That are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Keep going.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
So our people, man, was so much of followers, man. They wanted to do after the ordinance of the heathen. They wanted to be like the white man in power. You get what I'm saying? Like this how you know this is just crooked. This how you want to know why black people operate the way they do today, and why they try to, you know what I'm saying, get empowered by, you know what I'm saying, selling their soul to the white man. It's because of these things right here, what you seeing at these times right here. When we reading about the Greek captivity, all you realize is nothing has changed. From thousands of years ago until now, it's still the same things are going on. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
All right, so they built that place of exercise, right? Anybody know what that place of exercise, what it's talking about? Go ahead, Habuan.
Is that like the Coliseum, sir?
That's absolutely the Coliseum, man. You understand? You want to know why these NBA players get paid millions of dollars? Let me ask y'all that. Why do y'all think NBA players, football players, or entertainers, why you think they get paid so much? Go ahead, Katab. Hold on, I'm gonna let the young man get it. You want to answer, Yash? Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, we look up to them and idolize them.
Yes, but no, that's not really hitting the point, but you own to it. All right, go ahead, Qatar.
I was gonna say because, like at that time, it was entertainment for the oppressor to watch us in like the Coliseum. So it's the same thing now to watch us in the sports arenas, the football fields. Pretty much like when you see two football players run full speed at each other, it's just like you see the crowd go ah. It's just like they love that evil, that anarchy, that violence, and that's what they put their money into, and they just build it up to be like a fan favorite. You got the UFC, you got boxing. It's all fighting that's in their spirit, you know.
You had something, Masha? Go ahead, Masha. And if y'all got any questions, anything like that, don't hesitate to answer. I mean, don't hesitate to ask questions in here. You know, this is a class. Go ahead, brother.
Khan. One of the things I've been listening what you've been reading. The Coliseums, the place of exercise, it was to promote homosexuality to our people so that it can pull our people.
Try to make sure that mic is like
once they engage, they pull away from the law, statute, and commandments of the Most High.
Okay.
So when the Coliseum was built, remember in the Coliseums, that's what they went to wrestle naked. That's the other people. That's the other people.
Try to use this mic right here. Try to use this one. Get this mic right here. Bubba Shower mic. We have to come closer. Just because that mic keep going out, I want the audience to be able to hear you as well.
And that drew our people, and that's the biggest secret about our enemies today. They use the same thing, the NBA, the basketball, boxing, and they mix it with times like these, with their unholy days, their holidays, and now our people, as you mentioned earlier, they're going through all type of hell just to teach their children to observe a pagan holiday.
Okay, everybody, y'all was on point, and everybody, y'all was not wrong. But what y'all forgot to mention though, was that the reason why they get paid millions of dollars and billions of dollars to do this, to keep us distracted from the oppression that was really going on. This is a real term. Look up the term bread and circus. If you look up that term bread and circus, this is the real true reason why they have sports and entertainment. Somebody look up bread and circus, please, Baba Kasha. So because this is class, we got to know these things as to why, why is this entertainment out here like this? Why do we pay so much contribute to this entertainment? Okay, you look at that term bread and circus, this is going to answer that. You had something, sir? Salakia?
I was just going to add, the scripture also says the ones that wasted us required of us myrrh. So it says that as well.
Damn right. You got to have one?
Con, sir. This is the Oxford Dictionary language of bread and circus. It says a diet of entertainment and political policies on which the masses are fed to keep them happy and docile.
To keep them what?
Happy and docile.
This is what they get. This is why LeBron James get billions. This is why, you know what I'm saying, your NFL players, your Mike Tysons, they get millions of dollars to keep our people docile and entertained. You get what I'm saying? And keep them away from actually paying attention to the oppression that they getting smacked with. Go ahead, Qatar.
I think that's a heavy point, because the fact that the oppressor is that bold to put that definition out there and tell you what it is, it's almost like, man, you just slapping us in the face and you don't care. Like, it's just like, I'm gonna put it out there. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. You ain't gonna change your life. I'm gonna tell you the real, but let's see what you do. Kind.
Go ahead, sir. Get a LeBron.
Really, like, if you can you hear me? We're good on that. really, if you understand why he's doing it, it's not so that you can sit at home and watch the NBA or the NFL. That's not the point of it, right? The point of it is he give LeBron James $1 billion in hopes that every son that's raised in the ghetto want to be an NBA player. You see what I'm saying? That's how you distract it, you know, just like we want to be dope dealers and gangsters. You see what I'm saying? All of the different nuances. But the fault relies is we've kind of fed off into that like we have always done historically. So although he's dangling those you know, that mirror, so to speak, in our face, it's us, you know, we the stupid ones and continue to follow. That's
Yeah, most definitely.
And the whole damn breakdown we're going right now. It's to get us to realize that this ebb and flow thing that we got going on with the Most High, at some point it got to stop.
Right.
Buckle down and get with the laws, statutes, and commandments and come into our flow. You know what I mean? Just like they did back in this time that you're speaking on right now.
Damn right. And Most High in Christ.
So like, can y'all hear me?
Come on, so we can hear
Somebody
you.
give me 1 Corinthians 9:25. Let me hear that real fast. Salaki is a rock, man. We going crazy in the back. Salaki. You got these brothers in here been in the truth, man, for years, man. We got 100 precepts for you. Salaki.
Salaki, I don't want you said 9 and 25?
That's
Come on. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 25.
just for LeBron's point. Go ahead, read.
And every man that striveth for mastery is temperate in all things.
Read.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown.
What they do it for?
A corruptible crown.
Corruptible crown. That's why LeBron trained every day. That's what they say. He spent $1 million or some dollars or millions of dollars on his body, right? Just so he could dunk a goddamn basketball or put a ball in the hoop. You stupid nigga. You understand? Read.
But we an incorruptible.
But we what?
And incorruptible.
We in the school right now that we pay for with our dollars. For what?
An incorruptible.
An incorruptible crown, man. And that's the whole point of y'all doing this class tonight, man. Teaching our brothers and sisters about the Feast of Dedication. You understand? That's why we in the truth, for an incorruptible crown, man. You go ahead and run all them goddamn laps, nigga. What is gonna get you? You understand? Go to the gym every day. What is gonna get you? What you gonna get? You gonna get the best nigga in the gym with the muscles. And at the end of the day, when Christ come back, where you gonna be at? You understand? Salaki.
No, that was a heavy point, man. Everybody clap it up too. Because this right here, man, we doing a job of real priests. We are real priests, man. You see what I'm saying? Your Christian pastor, he failing you. He lying to you and he robbing you at the same time. How he lie to you, rob you, and you know what I'm saying, tell you good things at the same time? That's a Christian pastor for you. This is why, man, I love the truth, because nothing can get faked in here, man. You understand? Keep going.
Come, verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised.
Made themselves uncircumcised, man. This not talking about the foreskin. It's talking about uncircumcised with the laws of God, the commandments, laws, statutes, and commandments. They forsook the laws, statutes, and commandments to follow the oppressor. Go ahead.
And forsook the holy covenant.
That's the holy covenant. What is the holy covenant? The Bible. You understand? Our culture, something that we founded ourselves upon. Our people decided to turn their back on the Bible. Our people decided to turn their back on God. You understand? Go ahead.
And join themselves to the heathen.
And join themselves to the who?
To the heathen.
And join themselves to the heathen, man. So with that being said, do that mean this right here is a big cut to people that say God loves everybody or God wants all people to come together? Well, guess what? When black people at this time, they came together with the heathen, they forsook the Lord. This is how you know the Lord wants us to be separate, man. This is why a white man can't walk in this school. An Arab cannot walk in this school. You understand? You have to be an Israelite by blood to walk in this school. You understand? And that right there will hold weight. These fake ass Israelite camps out here, they letting white people in their groups, they letting Africans in their groups. You understand? And guess what? They can keep that fake stuff. But in here, we gonna serve the Lord. Keep going, brother.
Come. And were sold to do mischief.
Go ahead.
Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt.
Now that he got all this power, he done established a lot of this power. Now he's thinking, what's his next move? What's his next come up? His next come up was Egypt. He decided, man, it's time to go ahead and let me go ahead and take over Egypt. All right, read.
That he might have the dominion of 2 realms.
Go ahead.
Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude.
He entered into Egypt with an army, right? Go ahead.
With chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy.
So this is a whole military running into Egypt, man, about to invade Egypt, basically. Go ahead.
And made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death.
Ptolemy, his scary ass ran off. You understand? He was scared to death when Antiochus came up in Egypt with a whole army. He ran off. A lot of people died behind that. A lot of Egyptians got, slaughtered and killed and murdered. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof.
He did what?
Took the spoils thereof.
And this is the white man today, man. When he goes and rob a country, he always go in and take the spoils of that country. He goes in and take the resources, whether it's gold, oil, you know what I'm saying, all of that. He goes and take resources. Go ahead.
And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt. He had returned again in the 143rd year. And went up against Israel and Jerusalem.
He did what?
Went up against Israel and Jerusalem.
So look, you got the whole entire world in check. That wasn't enough for Antiochus. It wasn't enough for him to take over Egypt. It wasn't enough for him to have the whole entire world in his hands. He says, you know what else I need? I need to go up in that Jerusalem. I need to go up in Israel. All right, go ahead.
With a great multitude.
And this is what he did. He went up into our land, Jerusalem, with a great multitude. Read.
And entered proudly into the sanctuary.
He did what?
Entered proudly into the sanctuary.
Man, listen. Antiochus, his squad, they came in there, man, with their heads high. They geeked up. And they like, man, we about to go crazy on these Israelites. We about to murder them. What? They got a God? I don't care about that. I don't care about no God that they got. I'm about to come up in their sanctuary. And that's exactly what they did. They came in there proudly. All right, go ahead.
And took away the golden altar.
They did what?
Took away the golden altar.
See this altar right here? Imagine the altar right here, but much bigger. And it's pure gold, man. That's what we had in our sanctuary, right? These white Greeks came in there, you know what I'm saying, and took that away. Came in there proudly, though. They took that away. Read.
And the candlestick of light.
They did what?
And the candlestick of light.
You see these candles we got lit right here? We had a bigger menorah. Picture a super big menorah, all gold, man. They go and take our candlesticks, all right, which is disrespectful. This is a very big disrespectful thing they doing. You understand? Imagine a white man coming up in here and trying to invade this. I'm gonna die about it. Honestly, I'm just keep it real with you. I will die about that. I'm not playing. But to come in here, I just want y'all to get the picture of somebody just coming in, ransacking, and just taking everything and disrespecting the place. No regard, no nothing. This is how he came into our sanctuary. Keep going.
And all the vessels thereof.
Read. All the gold that we had, all the vessel cups, everything, just took it. Go ahead.
And the table of the showbread.
This is the table of the showbread. Took our table, took everything that we had going on, right? Just being a big interruption. Go ahead.
And the pouring vessels.
Go ahead.
And the vials, and the censers of gold, and the vial, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off.
Where you at?
Verse 23.
Go ahead.
He took also the silver and the gold, and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found.
So we had, like in our temple, we had gold stashed in our temple. We had gold stashed in our schools. You get what I'm saying? So not only did he take all our precious ornaments and our gold and our vessels that you're hearing about, he went into our treasures and he stole that too. He took that away too. Keep going.
And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made great massacre.
He went into our land and he had a great massacre. Meaning what? He went into our land and started killing black people. Went in our land and started murdering Israelites. This is what he do. He do that today. He did it times and times in history. We just going all the way back to just show you how we really got destroyed, right? So at this time, approximately, he murdered about 40,000 Israelites. 40,000 Israelites he came in and murdered. Keep going.
And spoken very proudly.
And spoken proudly about it. He didn't care. He didn't have no regard. Murdered the men, women, children. Just ransacked the place. You understand? Picture slavery, how they just ransacked us then and threw us on them boats. This ain't nothing new. They did these things in slavery. You understand? So you can't say that we ain't telling the truth. You understand what I'm saying? They did this in the Greek times when we were in our homeland in Jerusalem. Want to know why we never got back to our homeland? They ransacked our spot. They ransacked our place. You understand? Keep going. I'm going to get to you. Give me some. I got you. Keep going.
Therefore, there was great mourning in Israel.
And that was a sad time for us. Man, that was a very sad time for us, man. Our people done got murdered. Innocent people getting slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? It grieved us. It was a very bad moment for, you know what I'm saying, Israel at that time. It was nothing good at that time. You got something to talk? Go ahead.
Kind. The point that you just made, I thought was very heavy that I do think that everybody listening should pay attention to. Our oppressor is very proud and they're on this pedestal to where they can tell you their atrocities to our face. Mm-hmm. They write it in the history books. They cherish it. They make it a monument. They make it like a holiday for you to celebrate, damn near. And it's just like, it's spiting you though. And it's like, we're not putting it together because we're not in the scriptures. Like, this is breaking down why we're in the condition or the position that we're in now. The same thing that happened then is the result of what has happened now. We're destroyed because of what was going on then.
Right.
Like, they took these things away from them. They made us that we couldn't speak our language, everything, and then they glorified it.
Right.
They put it in the history book, says, oh, manifest destiny. No, nigga, you slaughtered 200. You slaughtered millions of Native American Indians, and it wasn't a manifest destiny. It wasn't the Great Migration.
Right.
That's what they're trying to tell it now. But before, originally, it was just, oh, we mass murdered.
Right.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was manifest destiny. Hey, those people they didn't have guns. They had arrows. We had guns, and we're just going to take over. Like, they're not trying to hide their sin from you, but we're just looking past it. Not the men in the UPK, the men in the world are looking past it, but we see the atrocities.
Yeah.
And it's recorded all throughout the scripture.
Absolutely.
Kind of
you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You know, and Katab, to that, there was an interview I always remember that I did with Zabadi in Toronto. And we were asking brothers, not brothers, like we were asking devils, you know, what they thought about the condition of the natives inside of Canada. And I remember this one devil looked at me and Zabadi in the eye and he said, you know what we're really good at? He said, we're really good at killing. And I appreciated his honesty And it was good to know, in 2025 that, these devils understand who they are and their spirit and what they're good at.
Damn right.
And if I
only
may,
people that
that's why
fight
the
against that is black people. Black people is the only people that defend white people, man. When we come and we telling black people to their face, man, you might not want to trust little Bobby over there. You might want to look at him as a school shooter. You see little Bobby over there with them glasses on, man, he looks so harmless. Man, you want to think twice. Little Bobby might got a gun in his backpack, ready to kill everybody. You understand? Instead, we look at our people like we the most vicious ones. You know what I'm saying? Because that's self-hatred. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Just one more thing. That's why when the scripture says Satan, or paraphrasing, the devil has transformed himself to an angel of light, that's the perception that the Israelites, that the people in the world have. Regardless of all of the heinous things that they've done, all of the murders that we know that they committed, all the unalivings that we know that they committed, it's just like, no, he's a good guy. He gave us WIC.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I hate to even cut you off with that, but how in the hell are you able to murder black people? You're able to hang them on trees and still get black people to say, you know what, white people are still good. How you even able? You got to be a very powerful being to do something like that to that degree. You telling me you murder my family, you kill my family, you know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying, us going against each other, and you to only say that you still a good person? Yo, that's some power right there. That's something that you got to come in here to really learn and understand. The only place you can come to really, and they get down ugly to the dirty, you got to come into this school. Your Christian pastor, he going to tell you to love that white man. He going to tell you to not only love that white man, love everybody. And then give him some money at the end of the day. After he tell you this, he going to want his $40. You understand? Keep going.
Con, we're in verse 25. Therefore there was great mourning in Israel, and every place where they were.
Keep going.
So that the princes and elders mourned.
Go ahead.
The virgins and young men were made feeble.
Keep going.
And the beauty of women was changed.
And this massacre happened so bad, and it changed the outlook of our people, man. Our people felt defeated. You know what I'm saying? Our young men mourning. You know, our young, beautiful women, they changed in their mind, like how this could even happen to us. Why is this happening? Why this happening to us? You get what I'm saying? Hold your point real quick, guys, because we got to keep on getting through it. You know what I mean? I know y'all got some heavy things to say on this topic. But let's just get through it a little bit. I'm gonna take up some more questions and comments. All right, keep going.
Every bridegroom took up lamentation. And she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness.
They was in heaviness, man. You feel me? They was lamenting, crying for days. They was going through some depression after this. You know what I'm saying? See your family getting murdered innocently by some white people, that right there gonna cause some trauma. You know what I'm saying? Some undeniable trauma. That's what they was going through. Keep going.
The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion.
They was covered with what?
With confusion.
They was looking like this was never supposed to happen.
How
are they able to do this? Why is this happening? They confused as to what's going on. Why are we getting murdered like this? You get what I'm saying? Much like how black people, they ask, how the hell we get in slavery? Why the hell did we have to face that? What the hell did we do to the white man for him to put our asses in slavery? Keep going.
And after 2 years, fully expired, the king sent his chief, collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah.
Keep going.
Who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude.
Read.
And spake peaceable words.
So after murdering them, after slaughtering and doing a big, huge massacre, so after 2 years, he sent his army, Antiochus sent his army into Jerusalem again, speaking peaceable words to the Israelites. Go ahead.
Unto them. But all was deceit.
Yeah, they speaking peaceable words, but everything they was doing was deceitful as hell. That's the spirit of your oppressor today. You understand? The scriptures say his words is smooth as butter. You understand? But in the back, but his heart, man, he won't war with you. That's what you hearing right here in the scriptures. Keep going.
Come. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel.
So once the people gave him credence, you understand? Man, he went in and slaughtered them some more. I'm just giving y'all the understanding as to, you know what I'm saying, why black people so destroyed in their minds, Hispanics so destroyed in their minds, because look at all the heavy destruction that didn't happen to them. You understand? How did we get all the way here to this point? You about to find out. Keep going.
And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took they captive and possessed the cattle.
So look at this, man. He taking their spoils. You know what I'm saying? The city, he set it on fire, pulled down the houses and walls thereof. Man, what that sound like to you? He ransacked our cities. Okay, that happened in the time of the Greeks. Let me up the timeline for you. Black Wall Street. He went into our cities and he destroyed our cities because we came together. This is what I hate, man. This big myth when they say black people can't come together. Well, how come you black people can't come together? Nigga, we did come together. You murderers. You destroyed our cities. You understand? You bombed our houses. You destroyed our businesses. The hell do you mean black people can't come together? No, we can come together. We just don't need your oppressive ass oppressing us no more. You the one that's the problem. You understand? And that's what black people fail to realize. Black people, we blame ourselves so much, we're not even realizing the real problem at hand, which is the oppressor. And he gonna still be a thorn into our side until black people finally wake up and say, you know what? This white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? That's what you got to do, man. To help you in this life, you got to go in the mirror. You got to wake up in the morning and say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And that's how you should start your day. It's going to make you feel so much better. It's going to motivate you. It's going to do something you ain't never seen before. You understand? Keep going.
Then they builded the city of David with a great and strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them. And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein.
Go ahead.
They stored it also with armor and victuals. And when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there. And so they became a sore snare.
So all you gonna see in First Maccabees, the first chapter, you're gonna see the sore destruction of Israel. You're gonna see the sore destruction of the Israelites. Why they went through so much. I'm gonna skip this. We're gonna go to First Maccabees, the second chapter. We're gonna start at 2 and 1, just so we can get into the depths of what's going on. So just to give y'all back history, they was getting destroyed more and more. As you read down in that chapter, you're going to see them getting destroyed more and more by the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? All he did was murder. He come and talk good words and murder you again, and he just kept murdering our people. All right? Go ahead, Hop.
If I may, sir. One of the scriptures you read said the beauty of our women was changed. Is that's why our women like to wear the white woman hair and the blonde hair and the weave and all that kind of stuff now?
No, but yes, you know what I'm saying? But this is like a beginning of a change. This ain't even, we not even there yet to why they want to wear their hair and be like a white woman. We ain't even get to that point yet. They just was changed because people just got murdered. Think of you having a family reunion, right? And somebody ambush your family reunion and just murder everybody. You know what I'm saying? and the ones that survive, the women that survive, you think they're gonna be the same? They're not gonna be the same, brother. They are not gonna be the same. But go ahead. Go ahead, Kasai.
Colonel Khan, I think that's a heavy point that you was making out because, like, when, especially during that time, it wasn't like that they didn't know it was going on. Like, everything was full out in front. But in today's, like, 2025, what's going on now, or the disillusion now is just like, I feel like it's that scripture, and I'm paraphrasing, a gift destroys the heart. It's almost like they forget that they did all of these heinous things, or they forget the history because they gave them WIC, or because they allowed them to get into some Section 8 housing. It's just like, oh no, the oppressor isn't that bad. He didn't do all of those things, or he couldn't be that same person. He just gave us WIC. He just gave us food stamps. And then they forget about it. You know, they forget about everything that is documented in history that they taught us in school. Mm-hmm. I was in school when they taught us the Trail of Tears. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, oh, that's, dang, I'm just thinking it's the Trail of Tears. No, nigga, it was, Salaki, no, it was oppressors literally walking Native American, our brothers and sisters until they died. Yeah. And from one side of the earth or continent to the other side, and it's just like, that's what they call the Trail of Tears, and that's what they wanted you to learn so that you can fear them, right? You know, so you can grow up and you can be in that one position. It was like, well, you know, you don't want to go against the oppressor, right? You don't want to go against that pink man.
Hold on. All right, go ahead and read. First, we're gonna start in First Maccabees 2:1.
Come on, come. In those days arose Mattathias.
So in these times, you know, we had a good leader amongst our people. His name was Mattathias. You know what I'm saying? A very honorable man. We're going to read about Mattathias. We're going to learn something about him, right? Keep going.
The son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Joarib, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin.
Read.
And he had 5 sons, Johanan called Cades, Simon called Thesai, Judas, who was called Maccabeus.
So these was his 5 sons. Keep going.
Eleazar, called Avaram, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphas.
All right, so these are Mattathias' sons. You feel me? You just hearing about, this is the first time you're gonna hear about Mattathias. It's in First Maccabees, the 2nd chapter. This is when you're gonna first hear about him. They're gonna talk about his sons. You understand? Keep going.
And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem.
So the blasphemies that he seen, read.
He said, woe is me. Wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people?
Read.
And of the holy city, and to dwell there. And it was delivered unto the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of the strangers.
All right, so this right here, when Mattathias seen the condition of his people, he said, woe to me, meaning destruction to us, man. This is all I'm seeing is destruction. I'm looking up and I'm seeing all this misery that's going on. You know what I'm saying? We got these oppressors in our place, in our sanctuary. How do they even come up here? They murdering us, they killing us. This is what's going on through Mattathias' brain. This is what's going on through his mind, right? Keep going.
Her temple is become as a man without glory.
Read.
Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity.
The glorious vessels, the ornaments I was talking about, the things in our vessels, carried away into captivity. Read.
Her infants are slain in the streets.
Read.
Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation hath not had a great part in her kingdom, and gotten of her spoils?
This is all he thinking about, man, with his people, the conditions of his people. The scripture tells you, man, that what the scripture say? Wisdom A wise man get mad, Salaki. I'm just paraphrasing. Salaki, somebody. Oppression make a wise man mad. This is what you're seeing with Mattathias. He's seeing the oppression of his people, and it's pissing them off. You get what I'm saying? At the same time, it's making them sad, but really, when he's speaking in the Bible, it's pissing him off about his oppression that he's going through with his people. You get what I'm saying? That should tell you about black people. Like that, you should not be happy with your condition. You should wonder why your people is like this. Why is your people strung out on crack? You get what I'm saying? Why is my people, why we hate each other? Why did the white man kill us? Why is he so much against us? These are the things we should be wondering. Go ahead, Sir Salaki.
Salaki, if I may. So, like, just to piggyback on what you're saying, a lot of times our people got to realize what they are following. So, like, our people at that time was following Greek and Roman customs, and the Greeks, really Greek customs. The Greeks followed everything from the Egyptians. And with both of these customs, they took the father out of the gods. Like the gods that they were serving, the father of those gods was gone. Like you might hear about Zeus, but his father was Cronus. He never spoke about. You got Osiris, Horus and Osiris and Isis. All you hear about is Isis and Osiris. You don't hear about Horus. They take the father out of those religions because they don't have any discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Once you take the father out of those religions, it takes the discipline out of those religions. And once we start following them, then we take the father out and ain't got no discipline either. So that's really like the root cause.
Right.
If I may, sir, I just have a question. Just to continue off of what Adawan said, could we say that, could we go out and teach that Christianity, what he said is take the father out the house, immaculate conception removes the father and the discipline out the house? Can we teach that?
Absolutely.
Come on.
Absolutely, you could teach that. You get what I'm saying? That's the whole point. All right. Go ahead and skip down to First Maccabees 2 and 17. Go to 17.
Then answered the king's office, Slakia, the king's officers, and said to Mattathias on this wise, thou art a ruler.
Thou art what?
A ruler.
So the kings, they coming to Mattathias now, and they talking to him, and they saying, thou art a ruler. They realize that Mattathias, he was a strong man. You know what I'm saying? He's a stand-up guy. His people listen to him. You know what I'm saying? He's very influential to his people. So the oppressors at that time, they realized that. They came to him and said, thou art an honorable man. Read.
And an honorable and great man in this city. And strengthened with sons and brethren.
They realized how he moved. They realized he's strong. He got brethren behind him. His sons, they rode behind him, right? Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 18, now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's commandments.
He said, now come thou first and fulfill the king's commandments, right? Read.
Like as all the heathen have done.
Read.
Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends.
So basically, he making them a deal, saying, you come and serve the king's commandments, man. And you feel me? Your sons, they're going to be remembered, you know what I'm saying, as the king's friends. They're going to be, in a special group of people, in power, right? Read. Come on.
Come. And thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
So basically, he coming to Mattathias with trinkets, basically saying, you know what I'm saying, if you be able to do this, You know, it comes with many perks. You know, you get gold, your sons get gold and silver. Y'all get all the money you want, you get all the spoils you want. You should definitely do this, right? Read.
Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice.
Then Mattathias, this is what he told. You know, the commanders at that time that was trying to persuade him to follow the king, right? This is what Mattathias said. Read. And he spoke it with a loud voice. Read.
Now all the nations.
Go all the nations. Let's go. Read.
Know all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him. And fall away every one from the religion of their fathers.
Read.
And give consent to his commandments. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Do what?
Walk in the covenant of our fathers.
He's saying, yet though everybody else following the king's commandments, I'm going to follow what my fathers used to do. I'm going to keep the commandments of my fathers. That's what Mattathias told him. And Mattathias completely rebelled against the king's commandments. Completely rebellious. He said, I'm not about to follow what y'all got going on. I see what's going on. I'm not following that. I'm going to follow with my father. I'm going to follow his commandments. Read.
God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance.
He said what?
God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance.
Meaning what, man? He not about to stop following God's law to follow the king's law. That's not what he's about to do. He said, God forbid that. I'm not about to do that. Why would I ever do that? Right? Read.
We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left.
You understand? He said, we're not hearkening to the king's words. Me and my sons, we're not listening to that garbage. We don't want your trinkets. We don't want your offers. You understand? We're going to obey the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what we're going to do. Come here. Yeah, keep going.
Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment.
Read.
Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal.
Hold on, wait a minute. So Mattathias, he seen another brother going to go sacrifice on the altar. You understand? And once Mattathias peeped this and he seen this, the scripture said that he was inflamed with zeal. Now this right here, this is the Bible. This ain't the Christian church. This ain't none of that. This is the real life Bible. Okay? He was inflamed with zeal. And that don't mean he about to shout and praise God. That's not what it means. He was pissed off. That's what it means. He was inflamed with zeal when his brother did that. Go ahead. Read.
And his reins trembled.
And his what?
Reins trembled.
He was pissed off. His reins trembled. Read.
Neither could he forbear to show his anger. According to judgment.
Man, he was so pissed. He couldn't even hide the fact that he was so pissed and mad. He couldn't even hide the fact that, you know what I'm saying, the continent that was on his face. Read.
He forbear to show his anger according to judgment.
Make sure you stay right where you at. Yeah, go ahead.
Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
He did what?
Slew him upon the altar.
What is this talking about? What did he just do? Somebody answer the question. What happened right here? Go ahead.
You know what I mean, sir? He slew him in the school.
Okay, slew. Put in. Just tell me what he did.
He unalived him. He killed him.
Thank you. He killed this man. You understand? Who tried to sacrifice on the altar. which was against the Lord. He killed his ass. That's what he did. All right. Keep going.
Also the king's commissioner.
And he murdered him too. He killed him too. This is how pissed he was. And he was inflamed with the zeal of God. You understand what I'm saying? This is how serious the law, statutes, and commandments are. Okay, this is how you should. I'm not telling nobody to go out and murder and kill nobody. That's not what I'm saying. But you should feel some type of way, you know what I'm saying, when people just willingly go against the laws of God. You understand? You God's children. Go ahead, hop on.
So like it, sir, for some understanding, he not only killed or unalived the people that was trying to do the sacrifices, but he unalived the king's homeboy or his man that was representing him.
Absolutely, he murdered, straight murder. Absolutely, he murked the commissioner. Yes, yeah, Khan. So he literally shot the messenger. All right, keep going. Keep reading.
Who compelled men to sacrifice. He killed at that time. And the altar he pulled down.
Man, he destroyed that altar. He destroyed that filthy altar that they created, man. Read.
Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God.
Zealously for what?
The law of God.
That's how zealous he was for the laws of God. What do that tell y'all about the law, statutes, and commandments of God? What did I tell y'all about the law? Go ahead.
That they worth dying for.
God, sir, the laws is just that serious. The laws is that serious to the point where, you know what I'm saying, somebody can die about it. That's the point it's showing you right here. You understand? That's how serious God is about his laws, statutes, and commandments. Do that mean if you see somebody eating some pork, kill them? No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't nobody go out here and shoot nobody if you see somebody eating pork. That's not what I'm telling y'all to do. I'm telling y'all at this time, man, and this point in time in history, this was a time, man, where our people fought back. And Mattathias was the first one to do it. Mattathias, man, was a rebellion. He was like a rebellious nigga. That's Mattathias for you. Like Nat Turner. Rebellious as hell. Did not care about the white man and his commandments. You understand? Keep going.
He killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down.
You can go use the restroom. Y'all's coming. Just tell them where you at.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 26.
That mic on? There you go.
All right, Salaki. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 26. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God, like as Phinehas did unto Zambri, the son of Salam.
Read.
And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me.
This is what Mattathias did. He went through.
Salaki. You can't pass that up. Y'all know who Phinehas is? Nobody?
Conal.
Oh, yeah, y'all.
That was one of King David's men.
Phinehas is a brother who unalived the brother in the tent when he was having sex with that heathen. Phinehas drive the spirit through him. You understand? Both of them. So you know they had to been doing the do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy.
But it's heavy that they said that because the same situation. If you pull it in the scriptures, it tell you the zeal was on Phinehas as well.
Right.
He unalived both of those while they was because he brought a heathen woman in the camp. That's Phinehas.
Good night. That's heavy. That is a very heavy point. Salaki, I even missed it. Yeah, don't go attacking interracial couples. That's not what we saying. We're just telling you our history of how our people got down. They did not play. They put you down quick. Keep going.
Colonel Khan. And
Y'all can
Mattathias.
switch. Y'all can switch. Y'all can go back. Switch. Start at 28.
Colonel Khan, verse 28. So he and his sons fled into the mountains, and he left all that ever they had in the city.
So him and his sons, they took off. They fled. You feel me? They on the run now. Remember, Mattathias just killed a brother on the altar, and he also killed the commissioner. You feel me? So now they on the run now. Go ahead.
So Salakia, so flee into the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Our people always knew to go hide amongst them Africans anytime we do something.
So like the people that he unalivened, who are they?
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the people that he's unalivened are those of us back in the day who had what was the scripture that you had brought out prior, where it said that
they sought out with the heathen.
they became the uncircumcised.
Yeah, Khan.
Those of us that had placated and submitted and did the will of our oppressor and pushed those efforts throughout Israel.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To the weak, the children, you know what I mean, the poor, the people that that depended on the strong man for leadership.
Right.
You know what I mean? Instead of you going to him and saying, hunker down, you know what I mean? Let's do the will of our God. You going to the people saying, no, we need to conform to the oppressor.
Right.
It's
heavy. Keep going. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that they ever had in the city.
Go to 29.
Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness.
All right, keep going.
To dwell there, both they and their children, and their wives, and their cattle, because afflictions increased sore upon them.
Read.
Now when it was told the king's servants and the host that was at Jerusalem in the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were gone down into the secret places in the wilderness.
Read.
They pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day.
All right, so now it got back to the king that, okay, you got Negroes, that you got people, them Israelites rebelling. You got some Israelites down there, they not following your commandments. They done murdered one of your mans, and on top of that, they going into the secret place. They going into hiding. So now, what the king doing is going to war against them now. He's starting to make war with them. All right, so now we full out at war with the oppressor now. That's what time it was. Mattathias and the men that he called in that city, they just rolled with Mattathias. You understand? Mattathias was the man in charge at that time. Keep going.
And they said unto them, let that which ye have done hitherto suffice. Come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and ye shall live.
Now this is where a time where a great number came up against the camp and made a war against them on the Sabbath day. And at this time, that king said, you know what I'm saying, follow the king commandment. You feel me? You either gonna do that or we're gonna make war with you, basically. Read.
But they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment. Yes. Verse 34, but they said, we will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath day. So then they gave them the battle with all speed. Howbeit they answered them not, neither cast they a stone at them, nor stopped the places where they lay hid, but said, let us die all in our innocency. Heaven and earth shall testify for us that ye put us to death wrongfully. So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath, and they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle, to the number of 1,000 people.
Let me explain to y'all what just happened. So instead of, this brother saying and sticking up for his people and fighting on that Sabbath day and fighting for their lives on that Sabbath, he said, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're not going to fight on the Sabbath, man, because it's the Sabbath day. We just going to stand here. Much like how, who take upon this approach today? These fake-ass Israelites. These fake-ass Israelites, they take upon that approach today. Instead of doing any type of work, you know what they do? They say, nah, we not allowed to do nothing on the Sabbath day, man. I'm going to stay in this house. I'm going to stay sitting on this floor. I'm going to make these cold cuts for my kids. We're not allowed to even cut the stove on. They saying all type of weird ass stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then, this is what I hate. They associate this bull crap with us. Like we attached to this. Like we don't know no better. Like we not one West. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, this was the same acts that was going on. Instead of fighting for your life on that Sabbath, this nigga chose and he put not only his life in jeopardy, but he put people's wives' lives in jeopardy and kids' lives in jeopardy. And the white man slaughtered all of them. He killed them all. And that's right there as a message to you fake-ass Israelites that ain't following what we do. The Lord got something for you. He got some death coming to you. You understand? If you ain't paying attention, if you're not careful, the Lord got a special present for your ass. Go ahead, sir.
You know who else do that, man? I know it ain't gonna surprise nobody in here. But if you ask a Christian what they waiting on, right? They waiting on Christ to come back. Like that's so many Christians, man, they don't even want to watch what's going on in the world, like the impending World War III and shit. Right. What's going on in the earth with Russia, China, Puerto Rico,
absolutely,
Africa, all the major states, Syria, Iran, Iraq, fake ass Israel. They don't even want to pay attention to the impending nuclear bombs that's about to drop.
Right.
I'm like, what the hell you gonna do when the bombs drop, Grandma? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my Jesus, just like they did on the Sabbath day.
Mm-hmm.
You let your wife and your kids get slaughtered on the Sabbath.
Right.
You got to be out your goddamn mind.
Man, give him a hand.
That's real.
And Salaki, if I may, just to add to Laban's point, this how you know that these Christian-minded individuals is extremely hypocritical. Because guess what? These same people that say they don't do nothing on the Sabbath day, they haul camp equipment out on the Sabbath day and stand across the street from us and say we took their camps by. IUIC hauled camp equipment out to camp, and guess what? They told us that they can't cut a fire on and can't do this and can't do no work. But how did you get them heavy speakers out to camp?
Right.
Go ahead. You're gonna be the last.
If I may, sir, I had an individual from IUIC tell me they couldn't kindle a fire on the Sabbath. So I asked them, like, your car that you drove out to the camp has a combustible engine, and it kindles a fire in those 8 cylinders, and inside those 8 cylinders it kindles a fire. So, are you not supposed to drive that car? Did you come on an electric scooter or something? I don't know.
Right. People don't know and understand the spirit of the law. That's what that really is. Go ahead, show you one.
Come. Both they and their children and their wives and come. Salakia. Verse 40. And one of them said to verse 39. Now when Mattathias and his friends understood hereof, they mourned for them right sore. And one of them said to another, if ye all do as our brethren have done, and fight, not for our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth.
They came to a conclusion. They realized, man, if we don't fight these bastards on the Sabbath day, we're going to get rooted out the earth. If we follow what they just did, we finished. That's basically what they saying right there. That's basically what's going down, read.
Verse 41. At the time thereof they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him. Fight against him. Fight against him.
We're going to make peace with him.
Fight against him.
God love everybody.
Fight against him.
And when these enemies show up, man, we're just going to sit there and stand there like Martin Luther King do.
Fight against him.
Oh, we're going to fight. We're going to fight against our enemies, man. You understand? You want to know why I love the Feast of Dedication? Because this is the time when we fought against our enemies. What you're going to realize in this story, we win against our enemies. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is the time where black people actually won and overcame their enemies in history. This is why I love the Feast of Dedication so much. Because it shows when you following the Most High and the Lord is with you, man, your enemies, they finished, they cooked, they done. You understand? And that's what black people need. If black people understood that Mattathias is in their lineage, you understand, they would move a little differently. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be so prone to go against God and the law, statutes, and commandments. If they understood their true actual history, instead of what the white man fed to their minds, man, black people have had a confidence they need to live in this goddamn hellhole called America. Read.
Neither will we die all, as our brethren that were murdered in the secret places. Then came there unto him a company of Assyrians, who were mighty men of Israel, even all such as were voluntarily devoted unto the law. Voluntarily devoted unto the law.
That's how the brothers roll in this school, man. You understand? They are devoted to the law. You get what I'm saying? On that outside world, we look crazy as hell because we say we don't celebrate Christmas. We look crazy as hell because we say we don't celebrate our birthdays. Our children don't celebrate their birthdays. And people in the world can't even understand it. They can't even fathom the fact of why we do the things that we do. But this has been our tradition, man. You understand? When we follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of God, that's when our strength come in, man. Somebody pull for me Judah 5:20. Pull for me Judah 5:20 and help you understand the UPK. And help you understand why we move the way we do and why we take the laws, statutes, and commandments so serious. You know what I'm saying? We don't take it as such a light thing. When you got dumbass Christians saying, hey, we can't follow the law, or the laws are done away with. How the hell the law gonna be done away with? That means that Christ died for no goddamn reason. Are you telling me Christ died so we could keep just doing the same damn things? Christ died so we could keep on sinning against him and getting them killed over and over again? Like, no, we're not doing that. You understand? These laws, man, is our bread and our butter. You got it? Go ahead, brother. Read.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So the other nations, man, wanted to go to war with our people, but they had to understand something. This man right here understood our people. He said, if there be any error with this people and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. This the thing that can ruin the Israelites. If they sin against the Lord, that's their downfall. You understand? Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
That's what they know. If they can get us to sin, they know that they can go up against us. They're gonna overcome them niggas. They're gonna overcome them wetbacks. They're gonna overcome, you know what I'm saying, them spicks, as they call us. That's what they know if we sin against God. Read.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by.
Hold on, he said if there be no iniquity in their nation, meaning if this nation not sinning, man, don't mess with them. I promise you, you don't want to mess with them. You do not want to go against them. Read.
Lest their Lord defend them.
Lest who?
Lest their Lord defend them.
You gonna know that God real at that time, man. When you go against some Israelites and they not sinning, you gonna know that God real, because he gonna kill your ass. The God in the Bible is gonna unalive you. You understand? Read.
And their God be for them.
That God be for who?
For them.
That's our power. That's your power as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. You understand? When the Lord is with you and you not sinning, the Lord gonna defend you. Your enemy's gonna come, your enemy's gonna die playing with you when you get serious about God. This is why we come in. This is why we don't sin in this school. You understand? This is why we don't go against God in this school. You understand? We are supernatural. You understand? Let's get back to it. Get back to
Come, verse 43. Also, all they that fled for persecution joined themselves unto them, and were a stay unto them. So they joined their forces, and smote sinful men in their anger. Smite sinful men in their anger.
They were so serious about following God, and like, we can't have no niggas rolling the west. They sinning. We just gonna kill them. Let's get them out the way now. Because we don't need no sin, no iniquity in our nation right now, because we at war with the heathen. If you sinning, you might as well go ahead and take you a long nap. You about to get it. You understand? That's how serious they was. They slaughtered the sinful man. Read.
And wicked men in their wrath.
And the wicked men in their wrath. You understand? So what is that telling you? To serve God, you gotta have discipline. You're gonna have to have discipline when it comes to serving the Most High. You're gonna have to stop sinning. You're gonna have to put the pork down. You understand? You're gonna have to stop celebrating Christmas. Stop celebrating all these white man holidays. You say you really serious about God, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to stop smoking the weed. You're gonna have to stop all of the sin that you know of. You understand? You're done, you're finished. Go ahead.
But the rest fled to the heathen for succor. Then Mattathias and his friends went round about and pulled down the altars.
Let me tell you something. Mattathias, in his reign, he was not playing. He was not playing at all, man. And he knew how serious he had to be. So when he was running with the Lord, he know how serious his men had to be. His men had to be following the Lord. His men had to be following the law, statutes, and commandments. Because if you're not, that's when everything fall and crumble. So he was paying close attention to the men and observing them very close. That rode with them. Read.
And what children soever they found within the coast of Israel uncircumcised, those they circumcised valiantly. They pursued also after the proud men, and the work prospered in their hand. So they recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles, and out of the hand of the kings. Neither suffered they the sinner to triumph.
Read.
Now when the time drew near that Mattathias should die.
Now it came in this time that Mattathias was gonna die, man. You feel me? He was getting old. You know, in life you gonna die, man. Right. Your day is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? I heard something funny on Facebook one day. Somebody said, You know what I'm saying? You don't have to commit suicide, man. Please don't do it. You're going to die anyway. Just keep living. That was the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. But yeah, this is the point of Mattathias, man. He about to, he gonna perish, Reed.
He said unto his sons, now hath pride and rebuke gotten strength, and the time of destruction, and the wrath of indignation. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law.
Do what?
Be ye zealous for the law.
And this was his last dying message to his sons. Be ye zealous for the law. You know what I'm saying? Be zealous for the law. You feel me? What does it mean to be zealous? Anybody?
It means to know that you done followed all of these white man laws. I'm finna follow the Lord's laws the same way.
Somebody pull the definition of zealous. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Zealous means to be passionate.
Pull the definition of zealous. Salakia. Need somebody to just pull the definition. That's crazy.
Salakia, sir, I got it here.
Go ahead.
The definition of zealous, showing great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or objective.
There we go. So that right there. Go on, sir. Mm-hmm. Zeal. Mm-hmm.
Mic check, Mike.
Pursuit of our own.
Right, just like it.
Can you? I'm good. Yeah,
Should be good.
Our pursuit of in following the white man to the T is because we're selfish. You see what I'm saying? It ain't about nation. It's about assimilation and placating to him and doing exactly what he want us to do in order to do what? Be a billionaire like LeBron, a rapper like Jay-Z. You see what I'm saying? Then when we serve the Lord, it's the exact opposite. Look at us in here right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Although the majority of us full of that zeal, right? But man, come on, man. This ain't the parties that we was used to, is it?
No.
This ain't them parties, is it? Where we served ourselves and our lust. So when you serve the white man, right? When you follow the white man, it's like it's making such a stark contrast, right? It's out of selfishness, but in here, it's out of the lack of selfishness and the zeal to do what the Lord wants us to do. Finally, man, it's like
damn right. Damn right.
Faith.
Damn right. You got the mic, so keep going. 50. Make sure you keep your spot, brother.
Come on, sir. Verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law.
Read.
And give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
Do what?
Give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
This is how serious it is, man, to follow God. This is how serious it is to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Following the Lord is following what he say to do. Following the rules and his instructions in life. If you can't follow God's instructions in life, don't ask God for nothing, because he ain't gonna give it to you anyway. That's the real true spirit when it comes to God. When it comes to the Lord, man, you want something from the Lord, you got to serve the Lord. You got to do what he asks you to do. You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like with Christians, they just want. They think God is a genie in the Bible. They think God, you know what I'm saying, a genie in the Bible. They think, you know what I'm saying, he's just somebody you can call on, you wish for things, and it's just gonna come. Hey God, I need a new pair of shoes by tomorrow, and I need $5,000, and I need my bills paid. I need something else. I need you to do all this for me, God, please and thank you. By the first of the month, I need this done. That's basically how Christians pray. Go ahead, Kodai.
God in that manner, thinking that you going to get everything. What you're doing is worshiping a prosperity God of the Hindus, because what they do is pray to a God that comes out of a lamp and on a rug, and they think that God gonna give them everything, and they pray for prosperity, and they got this law of attraction and all of that. They think God gonna give them everything. When you pray like that, you are following another God without even knowing it.
Damn right. And that is so heavy, man. That is so heavy, because that's why we come in here, man. That's why we come in here, man. Keep going.
Khan, verse 51. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name.
Right. Read.
Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness?
Right. Read.
Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Phineas, for our father, in being zealous and fervent.
So basically, you know what I'm saying? This is what his father explaining on his deathbed to his sons, man. The main thing he's saying is to keep them laws, man. You know what I mean? I'm about to get up out of here, but keep them laws, my guy. That's what he's saying to his sons. Keep them laws, my boy, because that's what's going to hold y'all strong. And that's what matters to the Lord, is y'all keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right? Now drop down to Salakia. Drop down to 66.
Khan, First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 66. As for Judas Maccabeus, he has been mighty and strong, even from his youth up. Let him be your captain.
Let him be what?
Your captain.
Read.
And fight the battle of the people.
Now, Judas Maccabees, man, he was a strong young man. You feel me? He followed his father, Mattathias. You know what I'm saying? He was strong from his youth up. And he was the next man in line. You know what I'm saying? For his people, to be a leader for his people. Keep going.
Take also unto you all those that observe the law.
Read.
And avenge ye the wrong of your people.
Read.
Recompense fully the heathen, and take heed to the commandments of the law. So be blessed them, and was gathered to his fathers. And he died in the 146th year. And his sons buried him in the sepulchres of his fathers at Modin.
All right.
And all Israel made great lamentation for him.
They made great lamentation for Mattathias. You feel me? He went out like a G, man. He went out a strong way, and he went out honorable. You feel me? He was no sellout for his people. He was not a person, you feel me, that had a tainted reputation. Mattathias was that guy for his people, man. You understand? Now let's go to First Maccabees, the 3rd chapter. We're about to get ready to close out. Actually, matter of fact, go to Maccabees, First Maccabees 4, start at 36.
This is First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 36. Then said Judas and his brethren, Behold, our enemies are discomfited. Let us go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary.
Let us do what?
Go up to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary.
All right, so to give y'all a fast forward, Judas Maccabees, man, was going up against the Greek nation and was slaughtering them, killing them. And we won against our oppressors, man. Why is this important? Why is this important that we should know about the Feast of Dedication? What's so important about this? Anybody? I know the food is beautiful and good, but we gotta answer this question, right? What is the significance of us learning about the Feast of Dedication? Like why is this so important? Now go ahead, brother. You got a mic? Make sure you get him a mic, please, Baba Kashaw. And if that one don't work, come get this one. This one will work better. And then tell them to come up here too, because it works better when people come up. Yeah, stay right there. That's good.
It's important to celebrate the Feast of Dedication because it's really important to celebrate the feast days of the Most High and to know about the culture.
Right, that's good. That's a good answer. Anybody else? It's a good answer. It's part of it. You wanted to answer something, Car? Can you get him the mic, please, Baba Kashaw? Get Car the mic.
Yeah, the Feast of Dedication is important because it shows our in this nation we celebrate our destruction. Mm-hmm. When the Feast of Dedication is showing how we overcame, or even just how we stuck together in the oppression.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
Now you get more on to it. You know what I'm saying? You got something, LeBron, you wanted to say, sir? No, you good. You good. The main thing of why we celebrate the Feast of Dedication is because we fought our enemies and we won. We went to war with our enemies and we won. And that's in real life history. Okay? Why is this important? Because black people don't know that they won wars against their oppressor before. They don't even think that that's a real thing. Black people so defeated out here in the earth. They look down and frown upon. They got no confidence in themselves. This world done beat the hell out of them to the point where they don't feel like they can win anything against the white man. This Feast of Dedication shows that we defeated their ass. And it shows that it's possible. You understand? We follow the Lord. We keep on bringing brothers and sisters into the school. You're going to see the white man get defeated. You understand? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Like I said last time, this white man, he paying attention to what we doing in this school. Whether people know this or not, and if y'all think we looking small or something, he paying very close attention to how we move. Trust me. He paying very close attention to how together we are. And that's one thing he don't want. He don't want blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, us coming together like how the Lord prophesied for us to do. But it's going to happen anyway. You understand? So with that being said, we're going to get ready to close this feast day out, man. We're going to enjoy some of this food. We're going to chill. I'm going to toast it up to this Feast of Dedication, man. You know what I'm saying? To many more. All right? With that being said, we're going to close out the class. Mina Israel, Majum.
So, I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yajim Matah, dismissed.